It is week 3 of the Prep Sports Report tonight. Some highlights of the big-time PCC tournament win for Morgan Township.
Oh, no doubt about it. As a matter of fact, if you're from Morgan Township, do yourself a favor, tape the show, or as you mentioned earlier, get it on web.
There you go, something. Don't set the VCR. You better be a little more high-tech than
They
that.
still use that?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, okay.
All right, we've got the Prep Sports Report, week 3, coming up next on Lakeshore PBS.
Program support comes from NIPSCO.
Honey, who is this guy?
Oh, that's Frank. Hey, Frank.
Honey, why is Frank in our bedroom?
He's showing us ways to save money. Plus, he'll even help us install LED bulbs and new shower heads.
Oh, well, he is leaving before I shower, though, right?
To schedule an energy assessment and learn more about energy usage, visit NIPSCO.com.
Frank, could you hand me a towel?
It is week 3 of the Prep Sports Report, ready to get things rolling. We got basketball coming up, but first we're going to check in on a little gymnastics and a swimming note. And Chesterton's girls putting up a 112 on the board early in the season, a 112.575.
Yeah, very impressive by Chesterton, a team that contended for state last year. Nice victory for Jordan Bush and company.
And Valpo earlier this week I saw with a 112 already this season. So those rivals, Valpo and Chesterton, looking like they're going to battle it out again this year. Also, Valpo coach Lori Cook with an honor, and she was named the 2016-17 Central Sectional Coach of the Year by the National Federation of High Schools. Congratulations to her. That's the Midwest. And Kay Foley, T-Dub of Munster, set a school record in the 500 freestyle at their conference meet.
A lot of milestones, not just in gymnastics and swimming, but also in basketball. We'll talk about that later because, man, we had a pretty good week this past week.
We do. We got some hoops. Let's get it rolling. Some Duneland Conference play. We like the boys-girls doubleheader. Austin Peterson from downtown for 3.
That big kid can play inside and outside. Sam Decker goes to the basket, banks it in for 2.
Tyler Nelson from downtown. Chesterton's got some guys that can fill it up from the perimeter. That's a nice drive again. It's got Sam Snodgrass for 2.
Exactly. And then Cameron, you did this on purpose, gave me the tough name. Cameron Pimentel has 2 points for Crown Point.
All right, Noah Mahoney with the throwdown. Nice left-handed layup by Kai Palambizio.
Sam Snodgrass comes back, 2 points for Crown Point on this one, works the paint, gets the basket.
Nice adjustment. Jack Eaton with the drive down the baseline.
And remember I told you Austin Peterson could get it done in the paint? He just got it done there.
Jake Waddick, spinorama off the glass for 2.
There you go. Crown Point comes back, Sam Snodgrass from the outside, corner pocket, rack 'em up.
Austin Peterson, inside game, outside game.
Kyle Palambizio, well, we don't know about the inside game, but he's pretty darn good on the outside.
You know, Chesterton, I still don't have a handle on them. They've got some firepower offensively, but...
But I love the Peterson kid. I saw him play last year.
And Wadding.
Yeah, exactly. They had some
Tommy,
good guys over there.
I'm still scratching it in my head looking at that 20-point loss to Maryville, trying to figure it out.
Don't look over here because I'm a little confused myself on that one.
56-39 for Chesterton boys over CP. How about the girls? We love those girls-boys doubleheaders. Let's check out some Chesterton girls taking on the Crown Point Lady Bulldogs. Chesterton's had an outstanding year. 2 losses, both in DAC play, though. Kelly Carr for 2.
Elena Santiago, she's got to be on my all-name team. She comes up with a basket for Crown Point.
Ashley Craycroft for 2 inside.
Maya Scheidt will come back for Crown Point, number 23, from the three-point range, knocks it down.
All right, we got some something funky going on with these highlights. I like it. I'll have to ask the technical guys about those later. But I think that's Ellie Van Deal for 2.
Well, that Duneland Conference girl just scored another basket. How's that?
Haley Moore for 2.
There you go. Courtney Kroll, how about from the outside? Bullseye,
Wow,
basket.
that was way outside. That was not like right on the line or anything. That was way behind the line.
That's college girls' three-pointer right
Yeah,
there.
Maya Scheidt for 2.
And Courtney Kroll to the bucket and the layup.
You make that 3, Tommy, then you could fake and go around him and into the hoop
Exactly.
for 2. There's another deep 3 ball. Taylor Tyndall. Oh no, Maya Scheidt from downtown.
Now here's Tyndall right there. Nice
Yeah.
drive to the basket for Crown Point.
Ellie Van Deal for 2 more.
And coming back is Haley Moore. She gets a couple for Chesterton. They're doing a lot of work in the paint in this ball game to pull away.
Well, for as many baskets as we might have caught every basket scored in this game because it was kind of a low-scoring game. 38-32 for Chesterton. Crown Point came back and got a nice big win over Knoll on Saturday, but a very impressive performance by the Chesterton Lady Trojans there, winning on the road at Crown Point.
And like you mentioned earlier, they're having a fantastic year. And, you know, if it weren't for Morgan Township, Chesterton might be having the best boys-girls basketball season of anybody.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Morgan's Township's basketball season got really good this week.
Oh, yeah, Monday really put them up there. No
Yeah.
doubt. They needed that one.
Let's check out some of the highlights. Girls final from Hebron. PCC tournament, the Hawks Nest. Very close game. Katie Bell for lacrosse scoring 2. Emma O'Brien for 3 from downtown. Justine Charlesworth back healthy. That's good to see. I think she went over 1,000 points, or maybe became the all-time leading girls scorer in lacrosse history. That
She's
was a
not
nice
the
one.
only one that went over 1,000 this past week. The 2 other boys did it as well.
Yeah. Another deep 3. That was Emma O'Brien. The Morgan girls got the killer bees, I found out this week.
Oh, yeah, Sahara and Talia. I love that. Sahara B. That's a name right there for you. But, yeah, and both came through in the championship game,
That was Emmy Wells for 3. Kelsey Lemons from downtown.
who we'll hear from later.
Another 3-ball from deep for Emmy Wells. Yeah, they blew this thing open in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, that's what decided this one. It was a nice, tight game. Into the 4th quarter, Morgan Township just put the hammer down.
Yeah, knocking some perimeter shots. So no, it's an offensive rebound 2.
Yeah. And Morgan Township lost a lot of scoring from last season. I read it in the Northwest Indiana Times. They lost 90% of their scoring from last year, but as you can see, they bounced back. And Lemons mentioned it took a while before the chemistry kicked in, but it's kicked in now.
Emma O'Brien scoring the 3. That was Claire Garwood. And Talia B.
The
on
Queen
drive.
Bees.
Yeah.
The Queen Bees stung them there on Monday.
To win the PCC Girls Tournament Championship. And they're going to have a rematch coming up of this one. You see there, lacrosse playing Morgan again. That's tomorrow night, I think. Or
Oh, that
no,
should
tonight
be-
actually.
Oh, tonight? Oh,
Yeah,
that should
tonight.
be fun.
Yeah,
That
get to
should
see
be
him one
fun.
more time.
No doubt.
Now-
And I saw lacrosse, and they lost to Lake Station. They're on a bit of a downer right now. They need this one because, as you know, the tournament's coming up.
Yeah.
They lost to Lake Station, lost the finals of the Porter County tournament. They need this W tonight.
All right, let's check the boys out. We talked to you last Thursday and told you Washington Township was the favorite. Well, Morgan Township upset them in the opener. That's Westville in the black, Morgan Township in the white. Trevor Braden for 2. He was outstanding all week.
Had a nice finish in the championship game, no
Yeah.
doubt.
Cade Albers from downtown.
And how about another
Nice
Trevor
little
Braden?
spinorama.
Another basket for him.
He's something else.
Yeah, coach's son.
Jump stop, jumper in the lane by Cody Maxwell.
LaQuinn Wilson, nice jumper there, trying to keep Westville in the ball game.
Josh Bensey on the pull-up.
And once again, folks, the Afro making a big comeback in high school basketball.
Nice up and under by Kate Albers. We're going to see Tyrese Walker for Westville and Kate Albers again. And Morgan, they're taking on 21st Century Charter on Saturday night.
And that should be a fun game because 21st Century is a team that always seems to do well in February and March.
Yes, they do. That was I think, Trevor Braden there. We saw Jose Jenkins for Westville.
And now Hunter Swivel with 2 points as Westville trying to keep themselves in the ballgame.
This was a very close game, obviously down the stretch. Morgan was tied, had to go for that last. Oh, that was an inadvertent tip-in right there by Westville.
Yeah. And the funny thing about that final play, it's a play that they've ran over and over and over again and never got it right. You'll hear the coach talk about that later, but it came through when it had to come through, which is on Monday night.
45-43 for the Cherokees. They win the PCC. I think it was the first time both their boys and girls had won it, maybe
88, since
88.
1988.
Okay, I knew it was around 90, so yeah, that's a long time, 88.
Yes, it is.
It doesn't seem that long to you and me, but it is long.
It's a long time, trust me.
30
It was
years
big
almost.
time at that school on Monday after that win. I mean,
Yeah.
Tuesday after that win. I
They
mean,
were
the
flying
school,
high.
no doubt, no
All
doubt.
right, T-Dub was out there, and he was visiting. Had to check the old format there. He was visiting with the girls and the boys after the big double win in the Porter County Conference Tournament Championship.
And guys, Morgan Township lost a ton of scoring from last year's team, and yet they come back to win the Porter County Tournament. And Scott Adams, their coach, is joining us right now. And Coach, how did you make that happen? You lost so much through graduation, and yet you're still winning ball games.
Yeah, it was. We had a really good JV team from last year. They were also the PCC champions for the JV division. We had a really good freshman team come in as well. They were undefeated as 8th graders. So we had a lot of talent come into the program. But our whole summer, we played a 30-game summer season, and we spent it pretty much entirely on offense. And then once we started practices, to kind of start on our man defense and kind of buckle down on that part of it.
Let's talk about the fourth quarter in that championship game. Tight game. You guys blew it out afterwards. Tell us how that happened.
We really through 3 quarters we just couldn't get anything going. We play a pretty open game. We kind of let the girls play, kind of spread the floor and let them use their talent. But for the first 3 quarters, they kind of kept us guessing. They kept throwing different defenses at us, and I think we just kind of figured it out in the fourth. We spaced the floor. We were making the extra pass, and we got real hot, and kind of exploded there in the fourth quarter, and pulled away.
Chelsea Lemons was one of the young people that had a big Monday night for Morgan Township in their Porter County Championship win. Kelsey, let's talk about how you felt. 2 straight Porter County Championships for you guys. How cool is that?
It was incredible. The team all came together very well. We all played our hearts out, and just to win PCC championship game 2 years in a row is something very special. It was really awesome to share that with the guys as well this year.
Playoffs get underway in a few days. What does this do for your confidence going into the second season?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have to keep working hard and just work together so that hopefully we can do well in sectionals.
And Eric Brayton, who is the coach, of course, of the Morgan Township boys basketball team, let's talk about that final play that won the championship game for you. Read in the Times that that's a play that you guys have tried to do 1,000 times, and it never worked until that night.
We've had it in our arsenal, and every time I call it, somebody messes it up or something. So I had a timeout. It was a loose ball. I took a timeout, and I figured great time to draw it up. At least 4 to 5 people know where they're supposed to be. We get that 5th guy in a position, we'll be all right. So, and it worked out well for us.
Before we let you go, obviously the boys don't have to worry about sectionals for another month, but what does this do for your basketball team going into the final month of the season?
Hopefully we take this momentum, continue it throughout the next month. Hopefully we get a decent draw in sectional and maybe make a little run at that.
Cody, when the clock struck 0 and you guys had the win, what was the first thing that went through your mind?
I couldn't believe we did it. We weren't supposed to get past the first game, and then it felt good. We just all got each other's backs, and it was fun. It was definitely an awesome experience.
What makes this basketball team so special?
The chemistry. We've been going together since 3rd grade, a lot of us. Everybody loves each other on the team. There's not one bad connection that we have on the team. Everybody enjoys playing with each other.
Before we let you go, You win the Porter County Championship, the boys win it the same day. What does that mean for this school and for the program?
It's awesome. I don't think either of us were predicted to probably win it this year. We usually practice after the boys, and Coach Braden really gets on them, so it's nice to kind of come in after them. They set a really good tone for us, and we see how hard they're working every day. And I think it kind of trickles down into our practices when we watch the boys going so hard for 2 hours, and then we come in right after. So, I think hopefully we got the program, headed in the right direction, and we can keep this momentum going into next season and future seasons after that.
All righty. We are back on the Prep Sports Report. We are ready, Tommy, for Throwback Thursday. Great week for Morgan Township.
Yeah, no doubt about it, but I'm looking forward to this throwback thing because I think a future announcer is a part of this,
I think
correct?
It's a current announcer.
A current announcer. I should say future, yeah, current. My bad. There you go. Current announcer. You are correct.
Time for this week's Throwback Thursday. Yeah, we're going back to the sectionals in 2016 over at Michigan City. The dreaded Penn High Kingsmen in to take on the Valpo Vikes. That's Scott Martin there. And Penn right there, I believe, knocking in the layup. There's Scott Martin to the goal.
Future Notre Dame guy, right?
Future Notre Damer,
There you go.
right. Actually, Tommy is telling you that coming up, you're going to see number 4.
There you
Current
go.
ESPN and Big Ten Network announcer.
It shocked me when I
I
first saw
think
him.
they're calling him Rob Hummel on the air. I don't know, but that's not going to Scott Martin again, but that's not going to fly, folks. It's Robbie Hummel from the corner.
Oh, that flew from 3-point range. That was a good shot
Penn
by
upset Valpo, though, teed up to earn the championship. So that was a heartbreaker.
Yeah, especially when you have 2 future college All-Americans on
Yeah.
your squad. You
Yeah.
hated to lose that one.
All right, time for the polls. It's time for our top 10s for this week on the girls and the boys side. Morgan Township's girls now the kings of the girls' Little Five, followed by La Crosse. They're going to meet again. Westville had a solid PCC tournament. I still think Lighthouse is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the girls.
Well, yeah, but it's not going to be an easy sectional for them this year because don't forget, they share the same bracket with Westside, who's in a bad mood after losing one in the last second against Michigan City last night. So it's not going to be easy for Lighthouse this time around, but they've got Deja Smith, which means they can do a lot
Did
of good
they
things.
move up or did Westside move down?
Actually, as far as the poll is concerned,
No, as far as the class 4A and 3A.
I want to say Lighthouse moved up, but I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yeah, but those two are in the same section.
All right, Covenant Christian had a huge weekend, upset Washington Township. So Washington Township now 10-2. They lost to Morgan. We're going to do that on the boys' side. So Morgan Township now boys champ beat Washington Township. So Washington Township 10-2, Tommy, in the boys' Little Five. Time now for the girls' top 10. Portage had a nice win over Maryville.
Yeah, and Portage, one of those teams that you don't want to play in the playoffs. There's always 1 or 2 of them. That's one of them.
Tommy, the red check mark was 3-0, thanks in part to North Judson's double overtime win over Knox.
Are you rubbing it in on somebody?
Got to keep him interested in the show.
There you go, exactly.
Well, I see where Coach said, because Boone Grove may have been the favorite in the PCC on the girls' side.
Okay, and again, they're in the big conference. I mean, the big poll, and
Yeah.
they wound up not
Yeah.
even getting into the final game.
Marquette Catholic taking on, boy, I just lost it. We'll see it in the picks coming up. They've got a big game coming up this week. I think they're playing Lighthouse.
Good question. Is that true?
Yep.
Yeah,
How about
okay.
the boys' top 10? All right, we got to get LaVille out of there. Hanover lost to Lake Station, teed up.
Yeah, lost to Tuffy, and obviously that's going to hurt them in the poll, but they made a late comeback to make a game out of that, and they lost that game on a last-second shot by Sean Gooch.
21C had a big win over Couts, got Indiana homeschooled tonight, home with Morgan Township on Saturday.
Look at Bowman, number 2.
Bowman's serious.
Yeah, yeah. be very, very glad that Bowman is not in the tournament because they would hurt people.
Yeah.
They would hurt some people.
Number one on the boys' side, still shaking my head, scratching my head, not sure what happened with that Chesterton-Maryville game,
Joe.
but they're 13-2.
Let it go, Joe.
I guess they had a bad night.
Oh, yeah, you're going to have those. You're going to have those. That's a good basketball team. Austin Peterson, come on, keep it going, bro.
All right, time for our players of the week. We start on the girls' side. Shantine Butler of Morton, 39 against East Chicago. Deja Smith of Lighthouse, 35-7.
East Chicago had a tough week. They had to face a couple of red-hot ball players, but I've watched Deja Smith play the last couple of years. She is smooth, one of the best there is.
Your girl Dash Shaw from Westside.
As a matter of fact, not only is she Player of the Week here, she was also the Subway Coaches Player of the Week District 1. So she's picking up a few trophies.
She
Good
get a
job.
free sandwich with that?
I
doubt
don't think
it.
so.
Probably
Is
not. That
legal?
might be against IHSA regs.
Probably.
Amanda Schreiber of Hanover with 29. Boys Players of the Week. Brandon Newman, Valpo, 30-16 against LC. Dominic Lucido had 30. You saw Dante Long.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Dante Long had the big game against Hanover Central, 30 points it was? Yeah, 30 points in Lake Station's win, which clinched a portion of the conference championship.
And Justin Graciano, 25. He's had a solid year for LC.
With that last name, I would say he knocked out Valpo, but I won't go there.
There you go. How about some unknown players of the week? Nia Hurt and Ari Gert.
Hurt and Gert. Only our production staff would actually do that on purpose. But again, good games for each one. East Chicago gets a big game. And you know, if you're East Chicago, you don't want to just be Genesea Bishop putting points on the board. So it's good to see Nia getting the job done.
Congratulations to Coach Candy Wilson, 300th victory.
Exactly.
Coaching at Boone Grove
against
and Valpo.
Calumet. Mm-hmm.
Right. Unknown player of the week on the boys' side. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, right. Give me the tough name.
You've been saying it all year, right?
From Bowman. Now, this is a kid that really, truly has developed an inside game. 6'8", Chinadu Okanu. And I got to go to Bowman tomorrow, so if I got that wrong, I got to face that kid. But look at the points he put up against Fort Wayne Lewis. 21 points, not bad.
You did that very well.
Thank you very much.
Do you want to do it again?
No.
Carson Houston, I'll take that
Okanu.
Yeah, Carson Houston of South Central, also an unknown player of the week. All right, time for some picks. Time for this week's edition of Wayne's World. All right, we have some time left, so I can tell you that the red check mark was 3-0 this week, Tommy.
Yeah, I know. We were talking about that before the show, and it's like, Wayne, come on, man. Come on. You got to step up your game, bro.
But hey, let's check out some boys' picks and talk about these games coming up this week. Westville coming off a tremendous PCC tournament where they just got edged out in the championship game by Morgan Township. This is one that I grappled with.
Yeah, and I don't blame you because if Westfield is addicted to a play that normally doesn't work by Morgan Township, who knows what happens in that game? Not to take anything away from Morgan Township, but Lighthouse is a strong basketball team.
This next pick had to hurt Wayne because his Munster Mustangs, he loves to ride them. And, you know, Valpo, though, is looking good right now.
Yeah. That's a coin flip game right there. That's a coin flip, I have to say that. That's going to be a tough pick.
I want to see if the Munster kids can shoot free throws for IU because they're a tremendous free throw shooting team.
And IU needs all their help they can get.
And on the boys' side, another outstanding matchup of Marquette Catholic against Lighthouse.
As a matter of fact, the Kenny kid, the guard, 1,000 points in his career. He had that.
Yeah, he was one of the three this week.
Yeah, exactly. As a matter of fact, being a Roosevelt grad, we played them in the regionals last week. We found out the hard way how good that kid is.
Yeah,
but
he's good.
Yeah, he might be the best point guard in the region.
Yeah,
just might be.
He was banged up for a little bit, but he's back now and playing well for Marquette Catholic. All right, how about some girls picks?
Anything there you see that you disagree with? You
Well,
gotta get that red check mark in
Orange
there?
got a little revenge on Maryville. They had a nice big win over the Lady Pirates. I'm not sure they can beat KV though.
Munster and Valparaiso. Wayne picked Munster.
You know, the Valpo girls have been a little up and down.
Yeah.
They're 500 basically, and I wouldn't be shocked if they beat Munster, but I would think Munster's the favorite. You know, Wayne always writes the favorite.
Well, of course, yeah,
Doesn't really
exactly.
go for a lot of upsets.
Yeah.
You got.
I would say you play it safe, but it didn't work last week. Anyway, Lake Central wins by 2 over South Bend St. Joe's. I got to agree with that one. Lake Central's a dangerous team come next month.
Yeah, I'm not sure how good the St. Joe is this year. Their big star, who used to play for LaPorte, actually is at Valpo now. So I'm not sure, but you got to pick LC. They have played some really outstanding basketball. Okay. Now, there's a lot of excellent games here on the girls' side getting ready for the sectional next week, and one of those is this one, LaPorte and East Chicago.
That might be the best game of the next few days. I mean, you're talking about 2 very good basketball teams waiting for East Chicago to get it together. Let's face it, the Genesee Bishop situation
It's
and
now
the
or
game.
never.
Huh? Yeah. Oh yeah. Next month you don't get it together. Never mind. That's a very good point. But East Chicago's had a lot of problems go their way so far this season, and we'll see whether or not they can pick it up against LaPorte.
And you gotta like Marquette playing anybody from around here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Lighthouse is good, but Marquette is better.
All righty, we will see you again next Thursday night for another edition of the Prep Sports Report on Lakeshore PBS. Good night.
Good night.
Program support comes from NIPSCO.
Honey, who is this guy?
Oh, that's Frank. Hey, Frank.
Honey, why is Frank in our bedroom?
He's showing us ways to save money. Plus, he'll even help us install LED bulbs and new shower heads.
Oh, well, he is leaving before I shower, though, right?
To schedule an energy assessment and learn more about energy usage, visit NIPSCO.com.
Frank, could you hand me a towel?